Hello everybody, this is Thor with Bear Bull Traders, and I'd like to do a recap for you today. Today's recap is going to be on a highly requested subject, which is to talk about how to do ads and some of the concepts behind how we do those. Most specifically, the adding technique that I like to use, coined a free roll. Obviously, a free roll is not free. In fact, you still have to pay commissions most likely to add into your position. When I say free, I mean mental freedom. When you get into it, you're going to be adding in a way that's going to make the situation a little bit less stressful for you in order to manage your position. The one thing we want to try and eliminate here in today's market is the stress of trading in this market, right? So the first thing we need to understand is we need to be in the right stock, and generically that stock needs to have a catalyst. If you're going to get the right stock, make sure you're hitting up Carlos, Norm, Peter, all of those guys in our pre-market show. They're going to go through and find good levels for you, find good stocks for you, so you can at least start in that direction, right? Making sure you have the right stuff to go after. All right, so on top of that, you need clean levels that you're going to trade off of your catalyst stock, and you need to be prepared to utilize those tools and indicators. All right, so first concept on the free roll here is we're going to go into Target, and I want to show you what happened here to get into it. Firstly, on Target actually had an earnings catalyst today and was actually selling down quite well in the pre-market, but had found a bottom and was ascending into the open quite well. Market was also looking pretty strong, so it looked like a perfectly good opportunity for me to get a piece of Target. Naturally, at the break of this pre-market resistance that had formed at $101, I went long into that and got great partials all the way up. Really clean break. It did a nice pullback. I added into my position here. Now this isn't really, although I did utilize a free roll ad, this one isn't as much what we're going to be looking at. I want to talk more about this ad specifically and maybe one of the ones I did later. But what's going on here, we'll start with this one just because it used the same tactic. So what happened is as the stock became overextended, I'm already down to about 25%, maybe 20% of my position at that point. So we kind of have ourselves in a situation here where it's not really beneficial to continue to hold. So I either need to make a decision. Should I get all out or should I wait and add? Now, the reason I say that is because waiting and not intending to add is almost pointless. You might as well go ahead and sell the position off, wait for the stock to fall, and if it shows strength again, add in a fresh position and manage the risk, right? The only reason to continue to hold on to your position is if you're expecting higher movement. And if you're expecting higher movement, why not add? So we break up here. We got really good. We're overextended. The market started to show a little weakness, so we got a pullback, but it held this 9 moving average here on my 1 minute chart. I said, you know what, we're okay here. I added in a little bit here. My free roll kept me below VWAP, right, or just below $102. Now, how the free roll works. The free roll is a very quick and easy method, and I want to use, a lot of people talk about how you calculate it. So how I calculate it is by doubling in my position. So let's say I have 20% of my position left. If I have an average cost of $100, and then I decide to add into my position at $103, then I'm going to split the difference between those two if I double in. So you have $100, you have $103. Now you're going to average down to $101.50, right in the dead middle. So if I have 20%, I add back up to 40%. My new average break or stop loss at a break even is now going to be at that median price. That's the easiest way to calculate it, and that's how I do it all the time. So we came up here, I added into my position, halfway between $100 and my add-in at $102.50 put me in here below VWAP. Perfect, like 101.75. It was just nice. So we came in here, still had plenty of space here, moved up, ticked off a couple more percent, and then we went into this consolidation range. Now, one thing that's important about adding, when I add, I like to wait for the market to confirm the add. So don't just add on any pullback, wait for the market to pull back too. If you have a strong stock that's moving with the market, when the market pulls back, the stock will likely breathe with the market as it moves up. Now, the market fell back for a while, but notice Target here just kind of consolidated. So what I was waiting for was the SPY market overall to show some conviction and some strength. And sure enough, I waited. Once the SPY broke out from a key level and got above it and held it and broke, Then the stock started to move back up. This is a supply and demand thing, right? We don't have any demand over here on the bid side. If the market's looking weak, no one feels good about getting into a position. But as soon as the market looks strong, the sentiment's going to come back in, the bid's going to want to come back in. So I added there, partial, all the way up, and now I'm holding. I've been holding on to a position for a little while. We actually had something really interesting happen on the SPY today. We actually had some false news come out from the WHO, just about, it wasn't intentional. Unfortunately, they posted a document to their website that was still in draft form, and it had some information in it that wasn't entirely accurate. No one really to blame on it, but unfortunately, because of that, it caused a significant drop in the SPY, which gave me a beautiful opportunity for another ad. So as soon as it came back here, the news went away and everything looked good. I certainly added it in my position, got a partial, and now I'm holding a little bit more. I actually have, I don't have any orders right now, but once this gets a little higher, I'm really hoping to grab a little bit above. Oh yeah, actually I do have an order on. Sorry. My target is right up here at 105.74, which is what I've been aiming for. If we ever come down here, and lose VWAP, I'll be all out at my average cost. No big deal for the remaining shares. I already went well over target with this here. And if we get all the way up to there, then that'll be my final target. I'll be all out at 105, call it 75. So anyway, this is the concept behind how my free roll works. Whenever you're averaging into a free roll, you're getting in, think about keeping it easy. If you've got 20% of your position left, you can add back up to 40%. It's just going to divide your average cost in half. It's a really easy trick for being able to free roll without a lot of complication. You don't need a hotkey for it. You don't need to do anything for it. You just need to make sure you have a wide enough stop. And it also gives you plenty of room if the stock pulls back against you a little bit in the process. So anyway, I hopefully you all enjoy this little talk on free rolling. Hope you all have a great day. And as always, keep it green. Thanks.